Empire State Building.
Z100 New York.
Hey, yo, it's Z100, New York's #1 hit music station. I'm Josh Martinez with my guest, Charlie on a Friday. What's going on, bro?
What's poppin'?
So, first things first, the name, Charlie on a Friday. What's up
Yep.
with that? Fill us in on this, man. This is an interesting name.
Yeah, live every day like it's a Friday. Don't waste any time.
I like
Do
it.
what you want. You only got so long here.
I like that.
That's the idea.
I dig it.
Thank you.
And you also have on a Friday, right? Is it a clothing line? Is
Yep.
it kind of a more encompassing of everything? What's on a Friday exactly?
It's our brand. It's an idea.
Mm.
It's basically like you got 4,000 weeks on this earth. What you gonna do with it? Live every day like it's a Friday.
Got it. That's very Macklemore-esque with that
Okay.
saying, and very Basquiat,
Okay.
which segues into, you're from Seattle.
Yep.
What's the connection to Macklemore, if any?
So my engineer Jordan is also Macklemore's engineer.
Mm.
So that's how we got connected. Yep.
So what type of advice have you taken from him? What type of questions have you asked him? Because I'm sure he's been able to help you, because he,
Yeah.
similar to you, has kind of came out of nowhere,
Right.
if you will. In Seattle, no disrespect to Seattle, it's not exactly a hip-hop hotbed. You know what I'm talking about? So what type of advice has he given you through the years?
I think I really just asked him advice on like how to manage stress and just how to maneuver certain things, but he always gives great advice.
So you mentioned the stress. What steps do you take to kind of bring you back down to surface? Because I think one thing that we only see what you want us to see in your life, right?
Right.
So we see the highs, we don't see
Yeah.
the lows, and nor do we see the come down from the high.
Yeah.
What do you do from like a mental health standpoint to try to even out and get yourself back to square one?
I think my friends help me a lot.
Hmm.
My bros help me a lot. You know, just talk it out with them and just get advice from them and get grounded, and it's usually good.
Which is important. I think having your day ones around is important, especially when it comes to not only having them around to help guide you and help you navigate this road of success, but also just having that familiarity around, because
Absolutely.
I'm sure you understand this industry could be very cutthroat.
Yeah.
And you'll have people that'll, for lack of a better term, dick ride you, and then when the wheels fall off, you ain't shit to them, and then they
Right.
just bail on you. So
Right.
I think that's super dope that you keep your friends around. What else do you do to try to keep yourself a little more center aside from them? Is there family you call, people you hang out with,
Yeah.
books you read, music you listen to?
Absolutely. Going back to Seattle is one thing. I moved to LA about a month ago, and I've been kind of going back and forth between Seattle and LA for like the last year.
Okay.
But I think going home always resets me and grounds me a little bit.
So
For sure.
how would you say life has been over the last year specifically?
Yeah.
Things have just kind of taken off.
Yeah.
Enough has taken off.
Yeah.
Super dope video with the girls in the front row singing along like their life depends on it.
Yep.
The more organic stuff is the more viral stuff, so you love to see it. But how different has your life been over the last year?
Definitely different. I mean, I came straight out of high school into this pretty much. I didn't go to college. I went into quarantine my junior year and started making a shit ton of songs, and yeah, now we're here.
What pushed you finally to go, okay, now I'm going to go full force into this. If it works, let's go. If it doesn't, hey, at least I could say I tried at the age of, 17, 18, 19.
I think in my head there was no other way.
Mm.
There was not like this is going to fail. I feel like it was just, we knew. Me and my friends knew we were onto something.
So when did you start writing songs and essentially thinking, I want to make this a career
Yeah.
opportunity at least?
In 8th grade.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So basically, like, me and my friend were at his house after football practice one day, and we were like sitting there like playing Madden or something. And on the other side of the wall was a recording studio that my friend's older brother had in his house.
Mm.
And he was always like in FL Studio, like cooking some crazy beats. And I always asked, like, bro, like, what is next? Like, what's in that room? Like, I'm trying to peep it. And then we went in the studio, and I just fell in love with it. And yeah.
So how would you explain your sound at the moment when it comes to the music that you make?
I don't know. It's really just what I like.
Mm.
I think I be rapping a little bit. I sing. There's a little bit of country, some people say. It's a mix of a lot of things. I don't know how to describe it other than just what I like.
Who inspired you from a musical standpoint growing up? I mean, you mentioned obviously you had a love for music in the 8th grade. Something led to that point, right? So who kind of inspired you? Was it an artist? Was it a band? Was it your family around you? What was it?
Yeah, I listened to, I think one of the first artists that I really started getting into like 7th, 8th grade was Lil Uzi Vert.
Okay.
And I don't know, I just loved it. I loved how crazy it was. And yeah. And then I also listened to Macklemore, Post Malone was a huge thing. I love Post. Partying to Post Malone, no other vibe like it. But yeah.
So what do you have planned over the next couple months? Obviously, you're kind of doing the radio thing. You're jumping in and out of studios. You're meeting new people. Yeah. Going to cities you've never been to before. Yeah. What do you have planned over the next few months?
I think the most important thing for me is just to keep having fun with my friends, keep making memories, capture it all, show the world what we're doing, and yeah, that's really what matters most to me.
What's your songwriting process like? Is it just you writing things down on like an iPhone note? Is it you and your friends setting an exact time and a schedule?
Yeah, definitely not an exact time. Definitely not an exact time. We kind of just randomly, like, if we're on that vibe and we're trying to create, then we have a studio in the house in LA, which is a crucial part for me. I feel like when I'm in a big studio, I'm like, the time constraint, it's just not best for my head, I think, when I'm creating. But yeah, we just kick it, play some cool sounds. I'll start humming some melodies, and if it sounds cool, put some words to it.
So right now you're away from your house, obviously.
Yeah.
You're on the road. You're going to be on the road a lot. That's just part of what comes with the territory of being an artist.
Yeah.
What do you do when it comes to getting this idea for whether it's a songwriting concept or a melody concept? How do you kind of save that, if you will?
I voice memo a lot. Voice memo is crucial. My notes app. A lot of times it's like my homie or I will like say something dope, and I'm like, that's cool. Like, let's write that down. And then it always comes back when we need it. But yeah, I think that's the process.
So what would you say has been the most surprising part of this journey for you over the last year or two?
I mean, it's all very surprising. The craziest thing I think was my first headline show in Seattle. I think that was nuts. Like the first time we really heard like a lot of people singing our songs back to us, we were like, this is wild. Like, it's something we always dreamed about, because like we literally just made like After Hours, which was my biggest song for a while. We made that in my room, like during quarantine. So for us to have a song that we made in my bedroom closet at my parents' house and then hear them all screaming it, like, that was wild for us.
So your most streamed song is Enough. What was the songwriting process? Is that story about you? Is that story about one of your boys? Is that just an idea? Tell us about it.
So for me, it was a relationship song, but I've seen a lot of people take it to like drug addictions or anything negative in people's lives that they're trying to push away and move on to something better. Yeah, but for me, it was a relationship.
So what was the inspiration behind writing it? Was it a one-day thing, or were you with the guys and were like, yo, I got to get this shit out. Let's just start.
Yeah, I think it was just something that happened, and we were like, let's write a song about this. It's all very sporadic, like when we're making music. We're not really like, we're going to go in the studio, we're going to make a song about this. It's like we're humming something, and I'll say something, and we're like, oh, that reminds us of this, and then we build on it. But yeah, the line, please stop calling, definitely caused.
So you are obviously starting your music career, but sometimes you got to get away from it for a little bit to kind of reset your mind. What do you do to get away and not do anything when it comes to music?
Love to shoot hoops with the homies. Okay. Absolutely. Kick it. We're blessed to have a pool at the crib. We've been using that. I've never had that.
Nice.
Doing flips in the pool.
Recording yourselves doing it, I'm sure.
Right.
Just so you could roast the other person who can't do a backflip.
Yeah. We just taught Max how to do a front flip the other day. He was going crazy. Yeah.
Progress, baby.
Yeah. It's anything fun. Anything to get my mind off things.
So you've done performances. Was there a city that has surprised you in regards to maybe them singing back to you, or maybe you going simply to a fast food restaurant and all of a sudden people notice you? Was there a city that kind of surprised you?
I mean, I think so. The video you were talking about, the girls in Iowa, I think that was very shocking, because it was just like, I've never been to Iowa. I didn't know a ton about Iowa, and to go to like kind of like the middle of nowhere and have all these people pop out for you was like wild.
What city was that in Iowa? Do you remember? Or campus?
It was Illinois State University.
Iowa State.
Oh yeah, sorry.
In Ames, Iowa, which is
in Ames, Iowa. Yes.
So you get on stage, that happens, people are singing back to you. What's that high like when you get off the stage and you know you just killed it? Yeah. You know your boy shows you the video of like, yo, look at these girls, like look how good it looks, all that stuff. Yeah. I can't imagine what that feeling's like when you go to a place that you've never thought about going to, and all of a sudden something that you did with the fellas randomly in a studio or whatever, like you finally see it, kind of your dreams coming true. What's that feeling like when you get off stage?
It's crazy. We definitely hit a dope little celly in the green room afterwards, and you know, we're like, yeah, we did that.
So When it comes to the music that you're making now, moving forward, obviously you said you had a studio, so you probably have more access to doing songs, writing songs, and such. Do you find yourself evolving as an artist already in the game?
Oh, for sure. For sure. I mean, I think with anything, the more you do something, the better you're going to get at it. But you mean just like the sound evolving?
Just anything in general as an artist. I mean, the evolving that you do. What's been the most exciting part, like realizing that evolving situation in your career so far?
I mean, I keep saying it, but having the opportunity to do our own shows is something we've always dreamed of, and it's just incredible that we're able to do that.
So, have you, aside from Ames, Iowa, is there a city that you look at and go, I can't wait to perform there because I've heard about it, or I've seen it in TikToks, or this artist told me about it, or anything like that?
Yeah, my cousin lives in Wisconsin, and I've been going there a lot since I was young. I used to go there like every summer for like a month. I'm excited to do that.
Now, what city in Wisconsin?
Madison.
Okay. Big college there.
Yeah.
So if Iowa State gets it popping, then Badger Country is going to show you a lot of love too, I'm sure.
Go Badgers.
Especially if you go during the winter, where it's cold, it's brutal, ain't shit to do, so they will show out and show up because you're giving them a reason to do so, and you're giving them a reason to have a good time. So what are you most excited about moving forward in 2023?
Teasing new songs.
Okay.
Making more memories with my friends. Doing bigger shows. Getting more content of cool stuff.
Of course.
Hopefully the Enough clip, we get a lot of those, and share with the world.
What have you made any songs yet that you are so excited to release, but for some reason maybe there's post-production involved, the label doesn't want you to do it, and can you give us just a little more information on that song that you're excited to release for us to hear in the future? I
got a song called Same Friends.
Okay.
A song about the homies. Okay. I love that one. That's What I Get. It's a song I'm really excited about. There's a lot of songs, but those two.
How's the feeling like to be on the road, finally getting your career going, and you get to share it with the crew, you get to share it with the guys, your day ones, and who's been the most annoying on the road so far? I'm gonna put everybody on the spot.
I love Ben to death, but he does get on me sometimes. We're brothers. We feel like brothers. We played football together when we were in high school, and it's always been our relationship, but I love him to death. It's coming from a good place, I'm sure, trying to push you to be better. Yeah. Anything else that we should know about you as we wrap this up and look forward to hearing more music from you in 2023 and beyond? We're going to keep doing cool things, and we're doing a lot of shows. We're coming to you soon. How can people stay in contact with you on social media, not only with you, but also your brand? At Charlie on a Friday, on a Friday, on everything. Yep. Easy, breezy, beautiful. Boom. I dig it. One more time, Charlie on a Friday. Thank you for coming, bro. Thank you, brother. From the